everyone, welcome back to day 28 of your 30-day Pilates challenge. Today is all about stretching and recovery, so let's get started standing. I want you to have a wall or a chair nearby for support. We're going to start with just a little bit of hip mobility here. So you're going to start to bring that right leg up, open to the side and down. So we're just getting some nice circles of the thigh within the hip socket here. Just starting to notice what your range of motion is like this morning. Let's circle that leg for 3. Starting to be aware of your core right away, standing nice and tall. 1 more. And then we're going to start to kick the leg forward and kick the leg back. Nice and loose here with the thigh. Just sort of letting momentum guide the exercise. Let's kick forward 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring that leg down, shake it out. We'll do the other side. Your left leg is going to start to lift up, open to the side, and then come back down. Finding this nice range of motion here through the hip socket. And just try to release any tension through the hip flexor. Pull that leg up from your core. Let's circle for 3. And then you're going to kick the leg forward, kick the leg back. Not trying to force a certain height of the leg, but just trying to loosen up through the hip socket, through this movement here. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1, and then go ahead and find stillness here. Shake out the legs. I want you to bring your heels wide onto the mat, externally rotated. From here, hands come into a prayer. You're going to sit down into this squat and then back up. Good. You're going to sit down into the squat and then lift. And it's a deeper squat than normal here. So we're focusing more on just range of motion, less about muscle activation. So I'm just trying to get you all the way down into that deep hip flexion here. Let's go 3 more. Down for 3, 2, hold the down. I want you to see if you can just sit here, press your elbows onto your thighs. Hands are in this prayer pose. We're going to gently sway side to side. As you're swaying, your elbows are pushing the thighs open, getting into that hip stretch here. And now you're going to bring your hands onto the mat. You're going to go ahead and lift your hips up to the ceiling and then bend back in. Lift the hips up and continue that flow. Great if the legs can straighten all the way. If not, don't worry about it. Lift the hips any amount. Option to also place blocks or a cushion underneath your hands to give you a little more elevation there. Let's go 3 more. Lift the hips up for 3. Lifting up for 2. 1. And then go ahead and come up. Spin the legs to parallel. I want you to come onto the fingertips, lift your chest, and then exhale, lower. Inhale as you lift. Exhale to lower. 2 more. Inhale. Snake through the spine. Exhale, drop it down. 1 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Let's bend the legs for 5. And straighten. 4. And lift. 3 more. 3. Down for 2. On 1, straighten, walk the feet in underneath your hips. Slowly start to roll the spine up. Your head is going to be the very last thing to lift. At the top, let's reach arms to the ceiling. Exhale, roll back down. At the bottom, you're going to bend the legs 3 times. 3, and stretch. 2, 1. From the core, roll the spine up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Arms lift to the ceiling. Last one like that. Roll up and forward. At the bottom, bending and straightening 3 times. 3, 2, 1, and then lower down all the way on to your knees. We're going to continue with our hip mobility series here. I want you to bring your right foot out this diagonal. We're going to start just by shifting towards that leg and then pushing away. Shifting, getting that stretch through that left psoas, and then getting into this deep flexion here through the right hip. 3 more. Pushing forward for 3. If you have sensitive knees, you can always put, again, a pillow or maybe a blanket underneath the knee for some cushion. Now you're going to shift forward. We're going to circle the hips back and up at the top. Circle the hips behind you. Shift into it. Continue that flow here. This circle is initiating from your pelvis. Guiding with the back of the hips. Push the hips forward. Circle back and around. Let's do 2 more. Circle and lift. Last one. And then come up to the top. Lower that leg down. Let's switch other side. Left leg steps out. We're going to start with just our shifts into it and back out of it. As you shift towards that left leg, firmly press to that left foot here. Spreading all 5 toes on the left side into the mat. Let's press into it for 4. Stretching a little deeper every time. 2. Let's hold for 1. Circle the hips back and forward. Pelvis circles back and forward. Continue that flow here. Hips are guiding the movement. The rest of the body just follows. Let's circle 2. Circle 1. And then come all the way onto your knees. I want us to come into a little bit of side bending here. Reach your right leg out to the side again. This time it's extended straight. Arms out to your T. We're going to tip the shape up and over. Reaching your right arm up. We're going to inhale, reach into that stretch. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, big side bend stretch. Exhale, back to normal. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, normal. Last one. Inhale, big stretch. Reach your arm up to the ceiling. Thread your right arm through into a little bit of rotation, and then reach your arm up to the ceiling. Right arm threads through. Exhale. Inhale as you lift. Let's twist for 3. Twisting 2. 1 more. And then bring that right knee down, bring yourself all the way back up. Let's extend the left leg. Lower the right hand down onto the mat. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale, center. Inhale, reaching up and over. Pull through that left side body and back. I want you to be breathing into your left side of the ribs. As you inhale, you're feeling that expansion between each rib here. Breathing into the intercostal muscles. Arm to the ceiling. Let's take your twist. And back up. Still focusing on sending that breath into the rib cage. Now just focusing on the back of the ribs as you breathe. Let's twist for 3. Twist for 2. And then come onto all fours. So just square yourself off, hands and knees onto the mat. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. Continue that flow. Three more. Last one. Tuck your toes, lift up to your downward dog. Pedal out your feet here, lifting one heel, lowering the other. Really pressing back into that calf stretch as you push that heel into your mat. Hands are firmly pushing the other end of the mat away from you. Lower the left heel down. Pull the right knee into your chest. Reach the right leg up behind you. It can be bent. And you're just trying to open through that right hip. Still stretching through your left hamstring. All I want us to do here is extend your right leg up to the ceiling and then bend your right leg back in. Right leg extends, right leg bends. Let's lift up for 3, 2, lift for 1, keeping the leg straight, tap the right foot down, and then kick the right leg back up. Tap down, kick up, let's tap down for 3. Arms are still pressing the mat away, 2. On 1, you're going to reach that right leg up to the ceiling, circle it out to the side, and then lower the right foot down. Lift the left heel, press your right heel down onto the mat. Start to bend the left knee, kick the leg up and back behind you. You're still driving that right heel down to the floor. Trying to push that left thigh open as much as possible. We're going to start to extend the left leg up and then bend the left leg back in. Kicking up and bending in. Still breathing into that right hamstring. Now kick the leg up and hold. Kick the leg down and lift the leg up. Tap down and lift. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Circle the leg out to the side, lower down. Shift forward, back onto all fours. Flip your wrist for me, palms face up, and just take this gentle stretch here. I want us to kind of tuck our toes, sit back onto the balls of your feet here. So we're getting this deep stretch through the toes. Just interlace your hands. I just want us to roll out the wrists here. Making circles. And then we're just going to make waves. So just, again, trying to open up through the fingers, through the wrists, reverse that wave. Why is the reverse always so challenging? 3 more, 2, and 1. Stay here. You might start to feel a little bit uncomfortable through the feet. That's okay. Try to hold it. I want you to reach your arms up and just circle back. Arms reach up and forward and around. Getting that shoulder mobility here. Let's reverse that circle. Reach the arms back and forward. 2 more. Last one. Arms stay up to the ceiling. Grab onto your left elbow or tricep. Take a slight side bend. I'm still on the balls of my feet. Trying to breathe again into that left side body. Bring yourself up, arms to the ceiling. Grab onto your right elbow and tricep. Pull that shoulder back and then slight side bend to the left. Come back up to center. Release that. Go ahead and bring your arms forward. Untuck your toes. Shake it out if you need. We're going to take a couple circles of the spine here, circling the head and tailbone around. Similar to cat-cow, but now getting this full range of motion through the body. Reverse that circle. Really focusing on that rounding through your lower back here. Really tucking the hips, looking down towards your pelvis as you circle. Last two. Last one. And then go ahead and find neutral. Open the knees nice and wide. You're going to sit back into a child's pose. And then shift forward, extend the legs into your swan. Bring the toes together, shift back into your child's pose. Roll through the spine, extend the legs into your swan. Continue that flow. The goal is to find that spinal mobility here. Nod the chin through. Let's do two more. One more. All the way back into your child's pose. And just take a breath here. Forehead is resting onto your mat. The arms are reaching long. Letting everything relax. Let's walk the hands over to the left corner of your mat. Stack the right hand over your left. Keep sinking your hips down towards your heels. Pressing the hands further in front of you. Walk the hands over to the right. Left stacks over right. Releasing through the front of the hips. Coming back to center. Slowly bring yourself all the way up. And you guys are done for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. We have 2 days left of our 30-day challenge. I will see you back tomorrow.